Yo, how's it going guys? KPR here bringing us another video, and today I'll be ranking all of the primaries from worst to best. There are quite a few to go over. Right now there are 29 I believe, but I don't have the Maelstrom yet, which is the new automatic shotgun they have. But seeing how almost no one is running it, I don't think very highly of it either way, so I'm sure it would have been like low C tier at best, and probably more like the other shotguns that no one is running in any other game mode besides Face Off. Just remember, my dudes, this is just my rankings, and you guys can have totally different opinions. Let me know down in the comments if you guys believe that a different gun should have been up higher, or that you guys just think that weapon is just complete dog water. There are only about 3 weapons I just completely hate, and I don't think they're really good at all and just need some buffs all around. And the rest of them are either C tier to S tier, you know? There will also be a part 2 to this video because it would be a really long video if I try to do it all in one go. So let's get right into it, my dudes. At number 28, we have the Dogwater ASG. This is just such a horrible shotgun. You need so many pellets to hit in order for it to actually murk someone within a few meters. It is insane. If you're not within 2 meters of someone, if you're not bringing down their neck, you're going to get murked by someone using an SMG. Like, it's just insane how many times where I get the first shot on them, but due to the fire rate not being high, I'm not going to get the kill sometimes. It's truly annoying. I did not like using it at all. I prefer slugs, but right now it didn't seem like I was able to hit my shots as consistently, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to have a bit of fun with it. I don't want to really be struggling while recording these videos, so I'm just going to use it with bugshot, even though, you know, there's not much range to it and I still get demolished by some of these people. And the weird part is, I didn't play this for like a good few days and I still got put into the sweat lobbies. I was like, bruh, I'm gonna get destroyed in these, and I truly did. Using the shotgun, horrible. I remembered that they really weren't that good, and that's why I would always be on face-off matches when I was doing the dark matter grind. But yeah, hell no, I didn't get dark matter for this weapon. I did not like it at all, so I was like, you know what, nah, I ain't gonna get those bloodthirsties 3 times with this gun. I'm just going to get on the weapons I want. That's all I really gotta say about it. This shotgun, horrible, definitely needs a buff, but it's kind of good because a bunch of people don't really like shotguns being strong or decent in most situations just because they think it's unfair. Anyways, my dudes, moving on to number 27, we have the other shotgun, the Marine SP. This is a pump action shotgun, and I thought it was going to be decent. I was like, you know what, most of the pumps in almost every COD have been alright. They haven't been complete dog water, but this one, nah, this one's pretty dog water. You can get a decent range with it, but you're not really going to be doing much work out of Face Off and Nuketown 24/7. Even in Nuketown, I wasn't doing great. I was doing all right. I don't know how I was first place. I was like, bro, these teammates are not it, bro. How am I first place with the Marine SP? Once again, I prefer slugs for this shotgun, my fault. And I didn't want to struggle again, so I was like, you know what, let's use bugshot. It's really not too different, but again, the meters that you actually are able to one-shot them most of the time is pretty low, so you're still going to be struggling. Even with slugs, you're going to be struggling. If you're not hitting headshots, or at least at the shoulders, you're not really going to be hitting those one shots with the slugs. I don't know why they decided to do that, change to the slugs. It's like, dog, most of these weapons in BO6 don't really have range. It's like their effective range is super low, especially for pistols. It's just insane to me. Slugs 2 meters in order to actually one shot them almost anywhere in the body except for the feet, which, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but still, bro, it's a slug. Only 2 meters? Hell no, dog. I don't know who is doing the balance changes in this game, but they are just so horrible, and they definitely hated shotguns in the previous COD. So yeah, these shotguns, complete dog water. Probably the worst iterations I've ever seen out of all the CODs I've played, and it's just like, nah, bro, these shotguns need some love. They need some buff. These are just horrible, and if you think they're overpowered, you had to be on something. If you're playing face off, maybe I could see why, but in any other game mode, nah, dude, these shotguns are not it. They're pretty dog water. Also, my dudes, I don't know what the Maelstrom is supposed to be at, but I'll put it down here with the other shotguns at number 26. I still don't have it unlocked, so let's just roll with that. But the other weapon that I truly despise a lot, just because it's so hit or miss for me, sometimes I do good with it, and then there'll be games where I just get completely destroyed, and that is with the Gpmg. This will be number 25 on the list. Like, dog, you run through ammo so fast, and there's no fast mags for this, so you're screwed if you get caught off guard, dog. I have extended mags 3, I believe, 3 or 4, I hella forgot, but dog, oh my gosh, the reload time is insane. If they had fast mags, maybe it might be good, but then again, if you run through the mag so fast, that means that fast mags is going to have such low ammo. I don't like how they made it so you have these huge cons when not only when you choose extended mags, which kind of made sense, but even when you choose fast mags, you're going to have less ammo in most of the weapons. Like, dog, that is just insanely dumb. They should have just made sleight of hand a perk. This weapon might have been higher, where a bunch of LMGs would have been higher if they actually had sleight of hand, but no, you're gonna get cons with a lot of the LMGs if you try to go with fast hands, which is the big nerf for them, as well as the movement speed. But I can deal with that, but what I can't deal with is having to wait almost 8 seconds to reload my LMG, dog. It is so annoying. Most of the time you'll probably die before you actually are able to reload your weapon, unless you're just camping. I'm pretty sure the base ammo for this weapon is also 75 or around there, and that's not enough. It honestly doesn't feel like it due to how fast the LMG shoots, which you would think it's really good, but the other problem is that it has so low damage. It takes so many bullets to actually kill someone. I believe it's around 5 to 7 bullets, I want to say. It's just totally insane. This LMG, not only are you going to get a lot of hit markers, but you're also going to be running through that ammo insanely fast. Even with the 150, it doesn't feel like it's enough. If I do have extended max times 3, I'll probably get the 4th one, because, like, dog, oh my gosh. And I accidentally got dark matter with it. Like I said, it's hit or miss for me, but nah, dog, this is just going to be F tier. Way too, not situational, but it's just way too inconsistent for me. It doesn't feel like I'm always going to be doing good with it, and even the ADS speed is insanely low because of the extended mags. You're forced to take it, so you're going to be having such slow ADS time, where the SMGs, they pulled it up and not even half the time, probably even less than that. So while you're about to ADS, they already murked you. Like, dog, you stood no chance. You have to already be aiming down sights in order to actually fight against some of these people. So nah, definitely F tier. Not that good, my dudes. Sorry about that. Anyways, my dudes, after that weapon, all these weapons are either C tier or above, because I don't really believe there's any D tier weapons. But I'm sure with this pick, some people will disagree with me, and not because it might be better, but because it should be worse. And that is the Goblin Mk2. This is an assault rifle. It is a semi-automatic one, and I actually like it. It doesn't seem to have much recoil, and I actually have the what's called CHF barrel on it, so I'm just surprised by that. And the reason why I have it on is because this is the only way to make it a 2-shot kill weapon. You just need 1 headshot and then a body shot, and then you'll be able to 2-shot them, since the gun does 40 to the body. This actually got nerfed in a previous patch. I forgot when it got nerfed, but the headshot used to do like 51, I believe, but then they nerfed it down to 49, and I was like, bro, what? Everyone complained about this weapon. No one said this weapon was overpowered, so I was just really confused by that. I think the weapon, you can definitely do some work with it, but I don't really always gravitate towards semi-automatic weapons, especially if they're ARs. If they're pistols, I will gravitate towards it, but then I'll have to ditch it for something else for a bit, just because it gets tiring in a way to just keep spamming your right trigger or on your mouse, depending on what it's at. I don't like using semi-automatics all the time. I'll be switching around. I'll go to bolt action, pump action or something else, just fully automatic, in order for me to not get tired of the weapon. For the Goblin Mk2, I did like it a bit, but I don't know, there's just something about it that doesn't really gravitate me towards it. But I definitely don't think it should get as much hate as people are giving it. It's definitely not a bad weapon by any means, but it's just not my favorite, and that's why it's pretty low on this list still. Moving on to number 23, my dudes. Now remember, this is just C tier weapons. They're not bad, they're not good, but you can still put in some work with them. And we have the XM4 at number 23. The reason why I put it on here is because it's just balanced in a way. In almost every single one, it wasn't a bad weapon to take. It was always decent, but it could get outclassed from other ones where we were actually able to land your headshots. But in this one, it doesn't seem to matter as much, which is what I don't like. And they try to excuse it by saying that the Omni movement would make it much more broken. Like, dog, what? You're not going to reward people with the new movement? Well, I guess. So, yeah, this one's just C tier in my opinion. There's not really anything bad to say about the weapon. XM4 doesn't have a lot of recoil, it has decent fire rate, and some decent damage ranges. Of course, it takes around 4 to 5 bullets to murk someone. You have to get 2 headshots, I believe, with the weapon in order to actually make a one-shot difference. Other than that, it's just an alright weapon. I'm more biased towards this weapon just because it's almost never my favorite at all. Like, it's one of my most disliked weapons just because it's used a lot by a bunch of people, and usually they try to do all that Omni movement and stuff. I'm just like, bro, I literally just sit still and then I just wait for you not to move, and then I'm just like, bro, you can even line your shots with this weapon. So yeah, sorry about that, my dudes, but being honest here, it's just an alright weapon. You can't go wrong with taking it. Of course, you can put in some work with it. Any weapon at C tier or above, you can definitely put in some work with it. It's mostly the D and the F tiers that are way harder to actually try to do something with, because they can be very situational or they're just dog water overall, and you should probably just choose a different weapon. Moving on to number 22, we have the PU-21. I don't really mind this one as much. This is a C tier around as well. I mostly don't like it just because all the LMGs in this game take way too long to reload, and the handling can just be insane at times. ADS speed, horrible. You're gonna get screwed over a lot if you're actually going up against a lot of tryhards. The only way you could use this at probably its full potential, you're gonna have to be camping, and I don't like that playstyle at all. This is why this is the list I'm doing. You guys don't have to have the same opinion as me, but I like playing really aggressive. The only time I'm somewhat camping is by being on point, but that's just called defending, and it's not really camping compared to, you know, someone standing in a building waiting for everyone to go to them, or just camping on top of the window in Nuketown. Like, bro, it's not the same as defending the point. I literally had to run over to the point first. I got to make sure there's no enemies, and I just got to murk them if there are. So yeah, this one I didn't have that bad of a time using it. I actually did enjoy it, and I don't think I accidentally got this one Dark Matter. The Gpmg I did, but I don't think this one. I almost did. I was at 2 out of 3, I believe, from just playing these matches. But this one, you can definitely put in some work. I have it kitted out so it's almost has no recoil, which is pretty insane for an LMG, since you're just going to be melting them, and you got 125, at least I do, I have 125 in the mags, and they're going to get screwed over insanely fast. Yeah, so I just checked the fast mags for it because I was like, I used to take it a lot, but then once I noticed that it doesn't really help you out as much, because the first fast mags, you have 3.6 seconds to reload, my fault, and that's quite a bit of time. And then the fast mags 2 makes it reload to almost 3 seconds, 3.1. But dog, you're only gonna have 30 rounds. It's like, bro, why not just take an AR or an SMG instead at that point? Especially because most of them are way better than these LMGs, dog. And you're saving yourself a slot since you're going to be only having 30 rounds in the mag either ways, bro. That's like the default for most of those weapons. Like, come on, dude. I truly despise fast hands, or not fast hands, fast mags in this game. It's just so horrible. You should not get cons for taking it unless, of course, I would expect it in fast mags times 2 or 3, but nah, bro, they did it on all of them. Nah, that's just insane. Now, moving on to the best LMG in my opinion, at number 21 we have the XMG. Some of you may be surprised that I put this up higher than XM4, but this one packs more of a punch, and it also has almost no recoil, and it has more ammo in the mag. Like, bro, why not just take this one over the XM4? I know I bitched a lot about the ADS speed, but dog, if you already take an LMG, are you really going to use it aggressively? Almost none of these can be used aggressively. You gotta be either holding down the point or camping. So nah, quit lying to yourself. You're going to use it for camping. So this is going to be the camper's best friend. This is the best one to take for it. You can have up to 200 rounds in the magazine. It is quite fun to use, and I take it sometimes when I'm holding down OBJs and we just have some tryhards on the enemy team. I'm like, all right, time to lock in. Well, then again, you don't really have to lock in. You can literally turn off your brain and you'll still put in some work with this weapon. The XM4 needs 4 headshots in order to make it a 4-shot kill weapon, but this one is normally a 4-shot kill weapon. Unless you get all headshots, then it will be a 3-shot kill weapon. Like, dog, this is just so much better. It does shoot a little bit slower, but if you want, you can literally just take the rapid fire mod on it, but I don't think it really needs it. You can take other attachments over that one. Just build this weapon the way you want it to be and how it could play. Honestly though, I wouldn't suggest taking fast mags at all. It doesn't make much of a difference. Like, it only does it by not even 10%, I believe, and it only shows 10% when I have extended mags times 2. Like, dog, bro, nah, it's not worth it to take it at all. So you might as well just take extended mags and hope that you're able to go through that insanely long reload time. It is just so infuriating that they didn't add sleight of hand. I would have preferred that much more than this dog water fast mags that we have right now. But that's all I really gotta say about this weapon. Best LMG for sure. Camper's best friend. You can't go wrong with this weapon at all. Moving on to number 20, we have another AR, the Ames or the Ames 85. I put this above the XM4 because I prefer how this one plays a bit more. I don't know why this weapon just feels a bit faster than the XM4. However, it doesn't shoot faster than it. It's really weird, but I always thought this weapon shot faster than it, and I always preferred it. I was like, bro, this just feels insanely better. Something about it just feels so smooth. I like the iron sights on it. I just don't really like how the I forgot what it's called. The things on the right and the left side just block it a bit too much, but I don't mind it as much as I thought I would. I feel like this one actually has a bit less recoil than the XM4, because I'll sometimes just be shooting and I don't even have to hold down the right stick at all and it still won't move up. I was like, bro, that is just insane. I honestly thought this was more like in BO3, the HVK and the ICR, since they both had very low recoil. ICR had practically no recoil, but the HVK shot faster than it, so sometimes I choose that over the ICR. Even though now it feels like my whole life has been a lie, I still feel like the Ames 85 is better than the XM4. So yeah, you guys are just gonna need to deal with that. My fault, y'all. Moving on to number 19, we have the first SMG, and that is the PP19. I call it the Bison though, and this is a C tier plus, or C plus tier, my fault. So was the Ames 85. I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention that. So yeah, they're just a bit better than average, but they're not breaking through to B tier in my opinion. The only redeeming quality for me about this SMG is just a huge mag it has. Other than that, I don't feel like there's much good things to say about it. I don't like how this gun plays. I truly despise the iron sights. I prefer the ones from Ghost over this one. I kind of like the 2019 ones and I kind of don't at the same time. It's really weird, but Ghost iron sights were probably the best ones for me I truly don't like it at all. Using it during the camo grind, I was like, bro, I've got so many hit markers. What's going on? It's supposed to do 25 damage. I'm not even that far away from them, bro. And it would still take like 67 shots. I'm like, what? It's just so inconsistent. I didn't like using it at all. And the other bad thing about it is that it has the second slowest fire rate for the SMGs. And you know what the slowest one is? The Tonto. But the Tonto actually packs a punch. This one, hell no. It does 32 to the head and 25 to the body. That's what the average is for almost every SMG. So it's like, bro, it's not only shooting slower by almost over 100 rounds, but you're going to have a bit more recoil than most of the other SMGs. Of course, you can kit it out to have a bit less, but the other ones, it feels like you can control them much easier. So yeah, this one just the worst SMG out of all of them, but it can still put in some work, as much as I hate to admit it. So yeah, it's not trash at all. It's just a bit above average, but not by a lot. We're now at our first B tier weapon and also on our first sniper. And at number 18, it is the LW3A1 Frostline. This sniper is probably the best one to kit out for quick scoping, just because it already has low ADS speed time. But even then, for quick scoping, it's not really as fast as I would like it to be. But you can definitely put in some work with it. This is definitely a skill shot type of sniper, because if you don't put on that CHF barrel, you really have limited places to shoot at. You can only shoot, I believe, at the upper torso and up, or was it the upper chest? I really forgot, because I always take the CHF barrel. But even then, you can kit it out to have a decent ADS speed with it. I'm able to put in some work with it. However, my game clip right now may not prove that, since I have not played this in a while. My fault again. So my sniping went down a lot. All of the snipers in the game are pretty good. I kind of expected that, because in Cold War, they were pretty insane. They had almost no flinch most of the lifetime of that game. And in this one, they do have a decent amount of flinch. However, you can, of course, take flinch resistance in order to mitigate that a bit. But by all means, this sniper pretty good. I was able to put in a lot of work with it when I was doing the camo grind. This one didn't really give me much of a hassle. It was pretty easy to get my dark spine done and basically all the special challenges done. They weren't hard at all, and they were just a breeze using every sniper. The toughest one, and even then it's just by like a little margin, was the LR762, because it took me a bit longer to get used to the ADS time on that weapon. Moving on to number 17, we have another SMG, the KSV. This is a low B tier in my opinion. I also didn't have too much fun using this weapon. I know the 74Us have been overpowered in the previous CODs, and I honestly thought it was going to be the same thing over again. However, it's getting dominated by two other SMGs instead. The good thing about the KSV though is that it has a pretty good fire rate at 800 rounds per minute. However, the two other SMGs above it have a bit better range than it, and I'm pretty sure the damage numbers are also a bit different. At least it really feels like that, the way I keep getting a bunch of hit markers against the people using the two SMGs that are above this weapon. It's just pretty insane. But even then, like I said before, it's a low B tier weapon. You definitely can put in some work with it. Every SMG in this game is not bad at all. They're either alright or they're just good. But the two, or I guess three, that are in the SMG category are just insanely good. Those are just like the best ones, and you could put in way more work than you can with these SMGs. Moving on to number 17, we have the first marksman in this category, and that is the SWAT 556. The SWAT is a good B tier weapon. It's in the middle for sure. I gravitated towards this weapon a lot in the beta. However, it was truly dog water there. It took 2 bursts in order to actually murk someone in most ranges. I was like, bro, what? This is just horrible. But I still used it just because I was like, all right, maybe some of these attachments will make it better, but they didn't. So they decided to go ahead and buffed it. So now it only takes one burst to actually murk someone if you land all of your shots, of course. This weapon doesn't feel bad at all to take. It has a pretty good effective range, and even when you get into the middle ranges, it's not bad by any means. It will take 2 bursts to murk someone, but that's only if you hit body shots, and that's because you only do 31 to the body, and you're only gonna need 4 shots still, but it technically is 2 bursts in order actually to murk them. It also has some pretty controllable recoil, so you're not going to be having any struggle to actually land your shots from far ranges. At least it didn't take me much. The only thing bad to say about this weapon is that it'll always be a 3-shot kill weapon. Well, of course in effective range, but I'm saying that the CHF barrel doesn't really affect it at all. I was hoping for it to break to 50, but it never did. It only goes up to 46, and it already does 41 to the head. So there's no point in running that barrel unless you just want to suffer for some weird reason. Now this will be the last ranking I do. There will be another part to this, and it's going to end off at number 16 with the DM10, another marksman. Now I put this one here because it is a much better version than the Goblin, a better effective range, more damage, and low recoil as well. You might as well just pick this. It does come with the sight, of course, but you will unlock iron sights for it. I forgot which level. I prefer this sight though, because I'm like, all right, I like taking a scope. Usually iron sights, I don't really fuck with them at all, so it's like, nah, it's a good thing it comes with the sight already. I really enjoyed using this marksman because it was fairly easy to use. I would go on streaks. It wouldn't really be much of a hassle to murk most people at decent ranges. You can also spam it a bit, so you're going to have a decent fire rate if you have a good trigger finger. It does have a cap to it though, so don't try to spam it too much since you're just doing that all for nothing. This is definitely a high B tier weapon. It's close to breaking the A tier category, but the fire rate cap on it is what's really holding it back. There are so many instances where you're gonna get caught off guard by someone running with an SMG that has half of your ADS speed, because it doesn't have a bad one by any means. It's at 328 right now with me having extended mags ×2, but some of the SMGs, bro, it's just crazy. They have like 180 or something like that. I'm just like, bro, what? And then the fire rate on them, 700 to 1,000. Are you really gonna compete with them with all those rounds already shooting into your body, bro? Like, nah, dog. You might get murked faster than you're able to pull the trigger. Anyways, my dudes, that's where I'll leave it off at, so I'm able to start at number 15 in the next part of this video. Let me know if you guys think some of the weapons should be a bit lower or higher on this list. I'll also be coming out hopefully like within 4 days with the second part. I'll also be making another video probably about Marvel's Rivals, because I'm playing that a lot right now and I'm playing the comp, but honestly I don't like the comp system at all. I hate how they have it and how Apex has it as well. I've never liked those types of systems, but that'll be for the next video, my dudes. Hopefully the match is going much better for you guys and you guys are done with that camo grind, so you guys can just play the game for fun now. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you guys are enjoying the content, please subscribe. With that being said, have a good day and stay safe. Later.